This is the fourth in the series of videos for the Sankara project or the search for Sankara. This video um, explains how people can volunteer their time and work with this project, and also informs the viewers about what our various requirements are, which they can assist us with. First, let me tell you about the phases of the Shankara project. Uh, this is important for people to know. The phases, there are four phases, and they are labeled as urgent Kaladi excavations. That's phase one. The second one is the childhood period excavations phase. That is the phase two. The third phase is the birthplace excavations, and the fourth phase is the Shivrajpur, Gujarat excavation. The first phase, which is the urgent Kaladi excavation, refers to the Bhagavati temple excavation and the dating of the Periyar River organic matter. That is phase one. The phase two basically consists of excavation at the Kapalli Mana and also at the Sharada temple complex in Karadi, if so permitted. The third phase uh, is basically excavations at the maternal home of Shankara, which is the Melpadu Mana, and if permitted at the Swarnathu Mana, which is where the Kanakadara incident took place. This is phase three. Just to go back to phase two was the Kapalli Mana, which is the paternal family of, of Shankara. And the Sharda temple complex also sort of encompasses the same thing. Now, the fourth phase is the one intended in Gujarat, in the Panchmahal district at Shivrajpur. Now, as far as the except the first phase is the one that is going to be going uh, is going to definitely have to be completed. I mean, it's an urgent excavation, and we have no choice. We have to complete it at the earliest. So, under any circumstances, phase one will be taken up first. Now, phases two, three, and four will be taken up depending on when we get permissions from the various authorities and the families. So, if, for example, we get permissions for the phase three before we get that for phase one, we will go with the phase three excavations. And so, the order of phase uh, two, three, and four will basically be interchangeable in a sense, depending on whichever a family gives us permission first. In phase two, we will take that up, and the others will be taken up in phase three and four. Um, Now, let me just tell you about the activities in these phases. Before doing that, I just want to say that there are also field surveys contemplated in the north and west and east of the country that will be done during phases uh, two, three, and four. And in addition to that, once uh, we completed these other field surveys, possibly more sites related to Shankara could be identified, which will be added to the list of potential excavations. Now, in phase one, in phase one, the following major activities will be completed. That is, first we will finish the two really important and urgent excavations in Kaladi. This is the Bhagavati temple and the Periyar River carbon dating. At the same time, in phase one, we would like to form a committee of philanthropists whom we will identify as patrons who come up with the big sums of money that are required for this particular project. And in addition to that, we require a technical guidance committee consisting of senior archaeologists and historians who can guide the project from a technical standpoint. Now, one cannot expect to collect money and execute the project without a legal entity. So, a legal entity will be formed for the sake of this project, and that will be completed during the first phase. Now, most important activity in phase one actually is the collection of funds. As you all know, the target is about 7 crores. And so we would like to begin collecting these funds, and we hope that people will donate generously towards the Shankara project and help us meet the 7 crore target. So we are looking at both individuals and philanthropists, members of the public and philanthropists, trusts, corporates, all of them pooling in to help us out. We also hope to complete the research and field survey in the Greater Shringeri region in phase one, and of course we need to apply for permissions for the phase two excavations, which will be done during this phase. In fact, we might even think of applying for permissions for phase two, three, and four during phase one, time permitting. Now, in phase two, we hope to excavate in the Kapurli Mana, subject to them giving us approval, and also in the Sharda temple complex inside and outside. The latter definitely will require the magnanimity of the Shingeri Matha to be able to assist us and give us permission to excavate there. Um, the other thing that we hope to achieve is to complete the literature review process that will guide future field surveys that will take place primarily in the north, west, and east of the country. Now, I erred in saying that we will complete the literature review. Rather, we will initiate the literature review and take it as far along as we can in phase two. But this literature review process will be an ongoing process in other phases as well. Now, of course, we have to continue to collect funds for the phase two and future excavations and surveys. And finally, we hope to apply for permissions for excavations that will be completed in phase three. Now, let us look at phase three and four. Now, in phase three, we hope, again, depending on permissions, to complete the excavation in the Melparu and Swarnatumana. Also, we intend to collect funds for the current phase, that is phase three, and also for the final phase, which is phase four activities. The literature review of both primary, secondary, and archaeological literature will keep continuing, which will drive the field surveys. The field surveys in the north and the other parts of the country will continue. And finally, we will apply for permissions for the final or the phase four excavations. In phase four, the only excavation planned at this point is in Shivrajpur, Gujarat, in the Panchmahal district. Now, obviously, we will be completing and wrapping up our literature survey to see whether there are any other places that we actually need to visit and we need to survey at. That will be something that will certainly be conducted and closed up at that point. We hope that we will be able to issue final reports to the sponsors and submission of the materials required for publication in journals and in a book form. Finally, if there are future excavations contemplated that result from surveys in the north, we might apply for permissions for them. That is the thinking at this point. Now, let me tell you how you can assist and volunteer and fund this project. Pretty much persons with any skill set are welcome to volunteer and assist us. But we request you to set aside a sizable amount of time and work with us on a regular basis, so that there can be some consistency and follow up in the work that you are doing. uh, I'll just list out some examples. See, we would be very, very glad to welcome those who retired from the ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, or state archaeology departments, or the Geological Survey of India, who can guide us, who can work with us in a voluntary basis with regard to the technical aspect, and more importantly, in the permitting process. Because the permitting process is rather long, and it is very laborious as well. And anything that people can advise us in this regard will be very helpful. Of course, the technical aspects are equally important, and I hope those who are retired from these agencies can help us. Chartered accountants can help us, by setting up the entity and regularly, annually, or whatever frequency is required for filing the various returns on our behalf. Lawyers are most welcome to be able to understand what are all the legal issues and hurdles that we are up against and help us find solutions. Now, banks and bankers can offer us competitive services at, we hope, at gratis or free services. But also, some banks can begin adopting one excavation or the other. Now, individuals who are knowledge in Sanskrit, Malayalam, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, and Tamil can really help us with the literature survey process. Obviously, we will not know all languages, so anyone outside who can volunteer their time will be most welcome. Now, we really need to have a website and make sure that it is designed, set up, and also we need to be able to maintain this website, continuously update the website with materials that keep coming from the various surveys and excavations. If you have web development skills, most welcome. Likewise, people with marketing and sales, and electronic, or internet-based marketing, if they can help us to basically spread the word, help us reach more sponsors, help us collect money, it will be really helpful. Now, we do need people who have got good administrative, secretarial, typing skills, which is very rare to find these days. Those who are retired, most welcome to assist us, because there are many, many reports that are going to have to be written, many proposals, reports, and applications for permissions, and journal papers, excavation reports, and finally the submission to various journals and the sponsoring agencies. So people who have got these kind of skills, and also those who have administrative skills, being able to run offices, being able to coordinate, make sure that the project has a smooth, well-oiled machinery that can basically take care of itself, will be very helpful. Now, we request individuals, philanthropists, corporates, uh, to donate their might towards meeting the project target of 7 crores. In short, what I would say, as I said earlier, is anybody who with individual skills, and there may be skill sets that I have left out, that also would be definitely useful, and people can volunteer and assist us. Now, in-kind assistance is also welcome. For example, we need office space probably in Kerala, most likely near Kaladi, in also in Tanjore in Tamil Nadu, where the project we hope will be initially situated, being in the south. If somebody is willing to provide us good quality, not old run down systems, but good quality computers, printers, photocopying, Xerox machines, and office furniture in these two places, Karadi and Tanjavur, that will be most welcome. transport facilities for the archaeologists because they need to keep moving to the excavation site and back to their rooms. That will be most welcome. If you are interested in purchasing tools for the excavation, you're certainly welcome to do that. Those who can help us with lodging, or those who have hotels who can provide hotel rooms, meals for the staff in Karadi and Tanjavur, will be most welcome. We need to be able to purchase a lot of books, there is technical books, and anybody who runs bookstores or who has access to some online bookstores, if they can provide us books or stationery, that will be very welcome. Even providing us pens and things of that nature, we most welcome. The surveys and excavation will require high-end cameras, so if you're willing to donate them, we'd really be really appreciate it. So the other thing is, as I mentioned, anyone interested can volunteer their time, but as long as they're willing to do it regularly, consistently, and take the tasks that are assigned to them and bring them to completion. Now, I am specifically requesting the members of the public at large to donate as per your capacity, uh, beginning right away, so that we can make up the target of 7 crores and com- launch, rather initiate this project on the search for Shankara and bring it to a successful completion. You may feel free to contact me at the number given here. You can call, or you can send a text message or an SMS, as it is called, or if you are more comfortable, send an email to this particular email ID. Search for shankara at gmail.com, and please donate generously to this a very important initiative, the only one of its kind that is going to search for the hard evidence relating to Shankara and preserve it for posterity, so that it will benefit the future generations. Thank you very much.